Everybody, give me a second. We're going to go here so I can see my script. Hello. Hello, Carol. Hello, Marie. Hello, Abigail. Hello, everybody. So, why? I don't understand why. So, we've changed the animal that we're talking about. The anatomy part is going to be the same. So you have heard part of this before. Part of it will be brand new. It just is what it is. And I'm sorry to be the bearer of bad news, but for those of you who go to church with me, I'm talking tomorrow, so you're not going to get away from hearing my voice. Ha ha. But anyway, getting started. I am Nature Guy X46 for those who don't know me, and this is my channel. And on here we talk about all things nature, which is the way I like it. Oh no, I am definitely talking tomorrow. Ah ha 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 ha. Hi, Captain E.T. How are you? I hope everybody has had an okay New Year's Day. Or New Year's Day. Don't. A good Valentine's Day. I don't know where that came from. Just ignore it. I really don't want it. You can wish me a happy Valentine's Day, but I really don't want it. But moving on. Today we are looking at the desert hairy scorpion. Now, if you're from the United States, this is the largest scorpion in North America. That's right. Single and proud to be single. Sort of. These guys reach about 14. Hi, Ezra Spears. These guys reach 14 centimeters or 5.5 inches. They are yellow with a dark top, and it gets its name because the body is covered in hairs. Now, these hairs are there on purpose. They're not there to insulate them. Ezra, I hope you're having a great day and a great evening. Hopefully you'll stick around because closer looks always end up running a little shorter than typical. Hi, Dylan. Hope you're having a great day, wherever you're at. These hairs allow the animal to pick up vibrations either in the air or on the ground. And they can be found in the Sonoran Desert and the Mojave Desert here in North America. Now, The Sonoran or the Carol, can you answer that besides with a no? So that, yeah, I don't know. Not my favorite question. Not yours, Captain ET. That was fine. They can be found in the United States as well as portions of Mexico. Now, some desert animals are cold desert species. This is not. This is your classic hot desert species. Their way of dealing with the heat is to dig a burrow. Some of these burrows can reach they can reach a length of about 8 feet long. So the animal has plenty of room to spread out. They can stay underground where it's cool and then come up at night to hunt, which is what they do. They will also use the night in order to seek out a mate. They are commonly found under rocks where there's a little bit of moisture, a little bit cooler. It also competes with giant desert centipedes. Now, it doesn't just compete with them, and we'll come back to that in a little bit later. They give live birth, something I have personally witnessed. It is venomous. It's not going to look like a dog. Okay, I don't want to give you that idea. I don't even know if the picture will pick up on the hairs, to be honest. A little bit. I mean, you can sort of... Whoa! Sorry about that. It's really hard to see, but I promise you, there is hair on that body. Oh, no. Yes. Mainly the hairs are going to be on the telson, that is this part of the animal. This part of the animal, on the legs. The body itself may have hairs, but mostly it's going to be the legs and the pinchers. Now, these animals are venomous. However, they are not toxic. So humans are safe. It's going to feel like a bee sting. Now, if you're a little kid, and by little kid I mean a baby, a little kid, TPS 10, get real. we probably need to go for, never mind. Not gonna go there right now. They are venomous, but they are not going to kill you. So an animal can be venomous. It can have venom, but that doesn't necessarily mean that the venom is going to kill you. And people who are like little kids, elderly, people who have a weakened immune system, or that have allergies to bee venom should take a sting seriously. And females give live birth, as I already mentioned. If you're allergic to stinging insects, you need to be careful with any arachnid because they're related. There's a potential for their venom and bee venom or wasp venom to be possible. I don't know, Marie. I don't want to answer that question because I'm not a doctor. Okay? You can ask a doctor. I don't want to go there. I can only speculate on that one. But I don't know. I don't want to give out medical advice on that. I just know that that's a possibility. Is there an age gap of how bad it would sting depending upon the age? I don't know. I don't have every answer. My guess is if you're up in your 70s or 80s, maybe try to stay away from them. A healthy adult should have no problem with them. A healthy teenager should have no problem with them. I don't want to get stung because I have a bad heart. And I don't want to take that chance. Just if you do fall into one of those categories and you're gonna be in Arizona, New Mexico, maybe California, maybe even southern Utah, give them space like you would any scorpion. And treat that sting if you're a little kid or if you're in one of those other categories. Treat it as if it were serious. And now let's review basic anatomy. Again, they have the pedipalps. These guys are not going to be using their pedipalps to sting. They are not going to be using their pedipalps to crush their prey. They are going to be relying on their sting. They have mouth parts in here that will tear up the food. They have 4 pairs of legs, just like we discussed earlier, that they're going to use to Again, carapace, mainly referring to the head region. Mesosoma is the body, and there are 7 segments typically. Metastoma is the tail, and there usually are 5 segments making up the tail, plus the telson or the stinger. Now, this is where the venom gland is located. Typically the limbs and the telson will have some hairs on them. Again, those hairs help to pick up vibrations in the underground, or possibly in the air. All scorpions have the pectines that we talked about earlier. Here, there are 2 of them. They're paired. These are going to be underground, picking up vibrations off the ground. They also have book lungs. That is what they use to take air into the body, as well as to release carbon dioxide. Just like with the yellow scorpion that we talked about earlier, the desert hairy is a predator. They're going to be out there finding animals to eat, and again, helping to control populations. Unlike the desert hairy, we do have a list of predators. Things like lizards, owls, other scorpions, believe it or not, bats, shrews, even a mouse. That's right. There is a mouse that eats scorpions. It's called a grasshopper mouse. Large centipedes and even tarantulas will eat scorpions. Now, did I switch this over? I thought I did. Yes, I did. Okay. I feel like my chat has gone. Years ago, this is my own experience. Years ago, I actually owned a female desert hairy scorpion. By this point, I'd had experience with emperor scorpions, which are rainforest scorpions. I'd had minor experience with warm desert scorpions. Sadly, I knew she was a female because she gave birth in my room. That could be either because she was pregnant when obviously she was pregnant when I got her, but that could mean that either she was wild caught or the person I bought her from had kept her with a male. Probably wild caught. Yeah, she was a pet, sort of. We'll talk about that later, though. My room, not an ideal place for a pregnant animal, even though she was in a tank. She, unknowns to me, was stressed, and I did not know it until she gave birth and started eating her babies. Not the perfect situation. But you know what? It was a learning experience for me. I never kept another desert hairy after that. And I kept her until she passed. One of the problems, and we'll talk about this later too, but there are problems when you buy adult animals. Overall, that was one of my saddest moments in keeping pets. She was an amazing animal. Now let's talk about exotic pets. Since obviously she's not a typical pet, she is native. I should say she was native. But I would not suggest to anybody that they keep scorpions for pets. I realize that a lot of pet shops will sell Asian forest scorpions. The reason they don't sell the emperor scorpions is they're expensive to import. I don't even know if they can import them, to be honest. But when you buy a wild caught animal, you are, and I did it. So I'm saying this to sort of repent a little bit. When you buy a wild caught animal, you are feeding that trade. So it's important to realize that when you go to a pet shop, it's okay to ask questions. Now, I was not at a pet shop when I bought this animal. I was at a pet swap or a pet show. It is still okay to ask questions. Stuff I didn't know back then. Stuff I do now. I know now I need to ask. And if the answer is no, this animal was wild caught, then I would not buy it and I would walk away. That's what we should be doing. And that is okay. And that goes for animals that are not scorpions. That goes for parrots. It goes for anything. That includes fish. If it isn't bred in captivity, it should not be in a pet shop. My opinion. And it's okay to have a different opinion than mine, but that's my opinion. Any questions? Chat is really slow tonight. Is it that slow on YouTube? Yes, it is. Are you guys there? And I don't know it. Okay. That is my suggestion to avoid what I went through. Also, You have to be really careful when you buy an exotic pet. Before you buy it, I tell you what, if you don't know if it's legal or not and you buy it, if conservation officers, hey Mini Drift, if conservation officers or the police come to your house and they find an animal that isn't supposed to be there, they're not going to say, well, it's okay if you didn't know. They're not going to do that. I have no control over if you get kicked or not. I don't do that. I'm in the middle of talking. If you're banned, how can you be in here? Exactly. No, I've heard about stuff like that happening. I have heard of that happening where people keep animals in bathtubs. If I go out and I know now that I can't have tarantulas, but if I go out not knowing and I buy it and I bring it home and the cops come into my house for some reason and I have the animal, right. Ignorance of the law is not going to be an excuse. They're going to take the animal and you're going, oh, Marie, I'm not. Wait. Sometimes I can type it faster than I can say it. Know that I'm not attacking anybody, but yeah. People do sometimes bring home animals that they don't know are illegal in their area, and they keep them good. And unless something happens where people have to be involved, like in my case, I had my animals for years, possibly, before I found out that I wasn't supposed to have them. Now, me being who I am, I kept them until they passed. But I didn't bring anything else into the house. One thing, because it's not my house, and I didn't want it coming back on my parents. So that was a thing. But Marie, you are fine. you would know if it was not. I don't know if I would get arrested, but I could be fined, or my parents could have been fined, and the animals would have gone. And probably, I'm guessing, probably euthanized. So, yes, know the laws in your city. A lot of times, they will be posted on the city's website or your town's website. If it's not, go to your city hall, go to your town hall, and ask for the rules regarding exotic animals. Find out before you bring it home. That's part of doing your research. That is fine, Marie. It gave us a little bit something else to talk about. Maybe I'm a little bit more sensitive because of my situation. But I've seen people go through that too. We had a case of people, I think I've mentioned it in live, where people had there was a pet shop that was selling baby mountain lions within city limits. And it is, I don't know, 7:36. Sometimes what they will do is they will take in that animal I don't know, Marie. All I know is because of that, people were buying them. And because they were buying them, I don't look a day over 21. Obviously, we're missing something. Yeah, it was really super shady. I walked into that place and I realized that animals, some animals do okay with high concentrations of tannins in their water, but literally this caiman was in water that was so brown it looked like oak leaves had been sitting in it. It was gross to look at. I don't know if it was supposed to be that way at the time or what, but it looked bad. And if you ask me, the tank was too small. Nowadays, I probably would have called somebody, but I didn't. I should have, but I didn't. I was in the pet shop. I wanted to see what all of the hoopla was about. It's okay, Captain E.T. I went into a pet shop. And I do too. I walked into the pet shop and there was a baby caiman and the water was old, brown, and nasty. I walked out. Flat out walked out. Because yeah, there were other issues as well. Like if you want to have me as a customer, if I walk into your pet shop, if I walk into a pet shop and there's fish floating in the tank, I might give you a little bit of benefit of the doubt. Maybe the fish just died. But remove it. Mini Drift, I'm happy for you. I really am. I'm glad. I'm not discussing my views with you. Honestly, I'm not. You said you get a lot of views. Carol, he's fine. Is your PFP a flower? Huh? I'm sorry, Captain E.T. Is mine? I have to stop and look. Yes, it is. It is a wild blue flag iris that I rescued a bunch of them from the property next door because they were going to bulldoze everything. And so I saved it. Hey, Flopper. Yes, I did. That was so cool. I don't know why it was so close to the surface, but that they were gonna bulldoze the property to put in houses. So I rescued the plants, brought them to my yard, and planted them. And they every once in a while do flowers. Yeah, it probably was up there for a reason, and probably not a good reason. Yeah, they were. So, um, I I didn't save a whole lot. I got maybe 3 or 4 that I planted. Yes, I did. And I planted them in my yard. Watch the language, though, Flopper. No, not really. They're in a spot where I can see them. There's not a lot of flowers. There's only one or maybe 4 or 5 plants that come up. They need to be moved. They are wild blue flag iris. But next year they're being moved to a different spot in the yard. They don't know it yet, and that's fine. That's okay. We They are blue flag. You know what? I'm going to type it. Yeah, they are. Unfortunately, no, it's not. Not necessarily. No. I don't want him kicked. Now, depending upon how you use it, depending upon how nobody's getting kicked. Nobody. Hey Marie. Hey Marie. Guess what time it is? Oh. It's Kampai. Oh, you're in the UK. It's an inside joke between me and Marie. Could be. We have a lot of people from the UK, believe it or not. What was I gonna do? Oh yeah. Oh my goodness. My photos. I am taking a chance here. Aw. Hey. I know it's not a flower. I know it's not a flower, but puppy? Yeah, that's a puppy. Well, not really a puppy. He's a very big puppy. That my puppy. Apparently, I do not have pictures on my phone, I don't think. Or on my computer. No, he's not. This is the other brat. That's the other brat. Marie, is that have you seen that one? No, these are my, I know, right? That is Ellie. She's a brat, but I love her. I'm trying to see if I have. Oh, okay. My bad. No, those are my brother's dogs. Unfortunately, I don't have pictures of the flowers in question. Yes, the dogs have, and they probably will again. What just happened? I shrunk. My head popped off. A spider crawled up my nose. What? No. Flopper. If only Marie could see the things that I see. Yeah, I can't. Did you call the police? I would have. Are people okay? Well, that's good. I'm glad. Wow. The things that happened during my life. Maybe, maybe not. I don't know what he did. I don't think he did anything. Okay, so I'm confused. I'm confused, Mini Drift. They came with guns. I thought they didn't have guns. Or is it because they had a knife? Can I please just... I know they have billy clubs, but they have to have guns just in case. Yeah. Thank you, Captain E.T. That's exactly right. And I'm just a talking head. Oh my gosh. I look like an angel. Trust me, I'm not. That's okay, Captain E.T. You're allowed to do that. I do that all the time. I feel like I kind of want to, like, oh, sorry. Flipper Captain asked a question. Mini Drift, I'm sure you're being honest. But even honest people can tell stories. And it can be an honest story. Doesn't mean you lied. You're welcome, man. It is after 8. On a Friday night. So, yeah, just I don't have pictures of my flowers to show you guys what they look like. I think so. I think I am. But people are still talking. In the spring, maybe. They're actually more of a summer plant, so when they come up, if we have time, um I think there's a video. I think there's video of them if I'm not mistaken. I could be wrong. Um I have some videos where I have pictures of them, but I don't have them where you can actually see them.
Hey YouTube, just a real quick video.
That one rock from your shorts. So I have some really interesting pieces in my collection. That rock was a peacock ore by Mini Drift. Usually because the reason you don't get the name is I don't reveal it until the next video. But it's a peacock ore. It's a type of iron ore. This is going to be... Oh, you can't really see it. Good night, Mini Drift. This is one of the pieces that I think is really cool. Yep. Sometimes I just don't know what to say. Except to say what I told Marie a little bit earlier. So this is a super cool thing that I have in my collection. This is a piece of a Captain E.T. I am not going to say who. It's okay. It just makes me laugh. That's all. Well, we don't always talk about nature 24/7. Sometimes we digress. This is a piece of fossil. This is actually from a turtle. And it has bite marks on it. Now, it's hard to know if this was a fragment that was left over or if the turtle survived the attack. But those holes that you see were put there when the animal died. Nope, it's not rock. This was a turtle, part of a turtle shell at one point. Yeah, okay. By the way, I saw the movie and it was great. These guys, possibly a river cooter. It has the bite marks from what is probably an alligator. A very, very old alligator. And those are real impressions. Those are holes, sort of holes in it. Now, it did not go all the way through. As you can see, it did not. But one of the cooler pieces in my collection. It was part of a turtle shell, yeah. A prehistoric turtle shell. Some can. This is a prehistoric cone shell. Flopper, please, with the language. I get it, but please, we have kids that come in here. I have. So this is one of the things that, ooh, that's cool. I'd pay to see that. That's a piece of amber. Yeah, I heard labyrinth amber. Guys, I'm sorry it's quiet. I am watching. Hi, Otis. Whoa, 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 whoa. I didn't know there was a Gremlin cartoon. I don't remember it. I know it was a movie. Guys, I'll be right back. I need to step away for a second. Hey, Chelsea, I'm sorry you're not doing good. Thank you, Chelsea. I'm not ignoring you, Flopper. I had to step away. But I don't see your comments. I just can't see your comments, Flopper. That's all. That's awesome, man. Thank you, Flopper. I don't have a lot of cartoons from back in the day. I have a few, but not a lot. I am talking to Carol. Oh, guys, we need to go. My phone's telling me it's gonna die, so we need to go. I will talk to you guys later. I'm sorry. Thank you, Flopper. I will see you guys tomorrow at 1 p.m. and again at 6 p.m. Good night. Bye, everybody.